Have you ever doubted the goodness of God? I know as a Christian, we're not supposed to ever doubt. We should always have faith in the goodness of God. But I wonder if any of you, like me, have ever doubted in a moment when you were experiencing something that didn't seem fair, didn't seem right, and you thought, God doesn't really feel good right now. It might have been when you lost a job, or maybe when your parents divorced. Could have been when a spouse betrayed you and left, or maybe when a loved one died. It might have been when you asked the question, why, God, won't you take away these migraines? Or why am I still battling with depression? Or God, why won't you take this temptation away from me? Maybe it's just an ordinary, everyday moment when you're thinking, God, I'm trying to do what's right. I go to church, I read my YouVersion Bible app, I give some, I try to help people. I'm trying to do what's right, but God, I'm just not happy. I just thought by this point in my life, at this point with you, God, I'd be so much more happy. Or if it's not those issues, when you look at the global issues around the world, sometimes you just say, God, where are you when children are starving? What's going on with all of the wars? God, why do the innocent suffer? If God is a good God, if God is loving, then why would he allow suffering? If God is a good God, then why would he let someone who didn't do anything wrong go through what they're going through? Why would God allow this to happen? The answer is, if love is a choice, suffering is a possibility. If it's possible to love, it's also possible to hurt. Why? The only way that love is possible is to have a choice to choose love. Free will is simply the ability to choose. In other words, if you have the ability to choose love, you also have the ability to choose hate. If you have the ability to choose what's right, you also have the ability to choose what's wrong. And that's what makes evil and suffering possible. So, why did God give us free will then? And the answer is because that is the only way that love is possible. If he didn't give us the ability to choose, then we couldn't choose to love him. Why did God do this? Why did he give us free will? And the answer is because he didn't want a rock or a robot. What he wanted was a relationship. God is love. He wants us to receive his love, and he wants us to choose to love him back for who he is. He wants to be loved. And in order to be loved, we have to be able to choose love. The challenge is this: in order for us to have the freedom to choose love, we also have the freedom to choose evil. And when we choose evil, we choose what the Bible calls sin. And what does sin do? Unfortunately, sin leads to pain and suffering. So, for God to remove evil and suffering, what he has to do is he either has to remove our freedom to choose, or he has to remove us.
Maybe going through something that seems unbearable and painful and personal and difficult to articulate to anybody else, because pain is always personal. How wrong, it's not right, it's not right. It wasn't right for my daughter to be pregnant. It's not right that my mother, who was the smartest person I have ever seen in my life, would gradually have her mind peeled back like an onion until she couldn't tell a banana from an orange. It's not right. Sometimes it is necessary in order to cultivate in the vineyard. You have to disrupt the soil. You have to turn it over. You have to disrupt everything around it. You have to pull some weeds sometimes. You got to uproot some plants. You have to cause this evil in order to get where you want to go. And it's messy and it's dirty and it's not right, but it's necessary. And we feel pain. And sometimes it's pain we don't even have anybody to talk to about. private, secret pain, pain locked up behind your lips, pain behind your makeup, pain behind your nice clothes. Sometimes you dress up to hide so nobody can see how deep down inside you're hurting. Intimacy is intimacy, and yet nobody sees into me. And so I paint this face of who you think I am and smile the way you want me to smile, and I perform for you. And that's the only reason I get tired of you. Because I yearn to take the mask off and be who I really am and say I am confused and I am hurting and I am suffering, and this crushing feels like death. The death of my ideas is the birthing place of His purpose. God works in crushing. God has a watch and it never loses time. And He knows exactly when to raise you and exactly when to bring you out. And when the stage is set and the time is right, nobody can hold you down when God gets ready to raise you up.
There is a blessing in everything. Behind every moment of adversity in your life, there is a blessing and a lesson. Every moment of adversity has those two things. Pain always leaves a gift. Always. It's not going to change for you.
There's not a single one of us that actually is good. In fact, the only one who ever lived that is truly good, who is it? Jesus, the Son of God. So why do bad things happen to good people? Truthfully, something bad only happened to someone good one time, and Jesus volunteered for it. The innocent one, who never did anything wrong, took on the punishment for our sin. He is the only one who is good.